many of you go on your phone every day? For how long? 2, 3 hours a day? According to Statistica.com, a survey conducted in February 2021 found that nearly 44% of those surveyed spent 5 to 6 hours per day on their phone. That's a quarter of a person's day centered around the devices in their pocket. If any of this applies to you, you may have phone dependency. Phone dependency is a consistent need to use the mobile device. This behavioral addiction can be referred to as nomophobia, or the fear of being without a mobile device. I'm sure you've all heard this before, but the issue is much more severe than people treat it. Phone dependency is not only leading to some physical issues in our bodies, but psychological and behavioral problems too. It's a problem that affects all of us, myself included. There have been days when all I did was stay on my phone, times when I would look down for so long that I could feel pains in my neck, even times when I would become bored with real life and just decide to go on my phone, don't even thinking twice about it. That's why today I will be persuading you how phone dependency is harmful to people. There will be 3 main focuses that we will be taking a look at today. The physical problems that phone dependency brings. Second, we will discuss the psychological impact of phone dependency. And finally, we will discuss the societal impact of phone dependency. How many of you go on your phone before bed? How many of you have your phone near your bed? How many of you sleep with your phone? You may not be alone. Over 68% of adolescents admit either sleeping with their phone or keeping it within reach before bed, per edsource.com. Using your phone before bedtime is a problem that is affecting your sleep. This is because our body has a circadian rhythm, or an internal clock. Our brain controls the sleep-wake cycle by using environmental cues to follow this rhythm. In this case, it's blue light. Blue light from our phones and other electronic devices is very impactful to the cycle. As blue light right before bed re-wakes our brains and makes us think that it's still daytime and that we should be awake. While light of any kind can affect the circadian rhythm, blue light is the most harmful. In a study done by Harvard, researchers conducted an experiment comparing the effects of 6.5 hours of exposure to blue light to green light. The blue light suppressed melatonin for about twice as long as the green light did, and shifted the circadian rhythm by twice as much too. No melatonin means it's harder to fall asleep, and studies show that this is true. In a recent study, in a nationwide study, Japanese study done on 95,000 adolescents conducted by Takeshi Munizawa, showed that mobile phone use for calling and texting after lights out was associated with poor sleep quality, insomniatic symptoms, and excessive daytime sleepiness. It's not just physical problems that occur with our phone dependency though. Psychological struggles occur too. How many of you travel somewhere without your cell phone? Does anybody even go outside the house without their phone? Chances are, more than likely not. If you're like me, you travel everywhere with your phone. Restaurants, movies, even just a few feet from my bed to the bathroom, I will take my phone with me. When I don't, I feel anxious and unsettled, nervous, or even feel naked. This is called nomophobia, and it's a psychological condition when people have a fear of being detached from their mobile devices. It's not just me either though. Over 66% of people in a 2012 UK study had nomophobia. This constant need to be just even near our phones is not normal. We've never felt this way before when we just had flip phones. But it's not just the need to be near our phones affecting our brains. This constant use has worn our minds down too. Many studies have shown how excessive smartphone use has been associated with impulsivity, depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts, per frontiersin.org. These problems need to be recognized, especially in a time when so many children and teens have devices in their pockets and don't know how they will turn out in the future. Though a lot of research cannot be directly linked to phone usage because these studies are still relatively new, timelines of when smartphones were first introduced indicate that these numbers can be due to high cell phone use. Looking to the future, let's discuss the societal impact phone dependency has brought on us and what may hold. Now more than ever, when we need an answer, we turn to our mobile devices. Need directions? Go to Maps. Need food? How about DoorDash? What about a ride somewhere? Let's call an Uber. How about literally anything? We can just go on Amazon and the next day, it's at our doorstep. While I, like many of you, enjoy these nice benefits of smartphones, they are not good for us in the long term. It's caused us the inability to learn and do these things ourselves. Reading a map or remembering directions is no longer needed. Why cook when you can just order food? Why even go out of the house when everything can just get sent home? So many basic skills and activities are cut out of life with just the phone. Some people might say that these abilities and actions aren't needed, that it's beneficial because of how easy it is for anybody to do these things. While that may be true, the entire loss of them hurts us much, much more. These benefits have curbed our natural interactions with everyday people because smartphones and other devices give information and entertainment rapidly. This can make us less patient when conversing or working with other people in our lives. We've essentially turned off the social aspect of our brains. I challenge you to go to a restaurant and see a table where a phone is not out. We don't even see people having normal family dinners, and the kids are being hurt most by this. A new study by UCLA this year found that kids need more face-to-face interaction for the development of their social skills. But when they become more dependent on digital media for social interaction, they spend less time developing these social skills. Phones have been turning us into emotionless zombies, moving around our lives through the screens in our pockets. Today, I've spoken about how phone dependency is harmful to people. I've gone over the physical problems that phone dependency brings, the psychological impact that phone dependency has, and lastly, I discussed the societal impact of phone dependency. I know everyone says that we as people need to cut down our phone usage and become more active, but as we all know how hard it is. I myself struggle with this too, but sometimes as people, we need to see the consequences of our actions to realize the impact that they have. I'm not saying for you to go throw away your phone right now, far from it, but please consider the next time you pick up your phone what's really happening. Thank you.